Thank you. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Amy Masters. I'm the VP of Marketing. And this is Prakash Haramani, and he's the VP of Product at Payphone. We're really excited to be here today to walk you through One Touch Checkout. But before I do that, I'm trying to look in the back. I need you to take your mobile devices, your phone or tablet, kind of wave those in the air. If you've ever tried to make, thank you, if you've ever tried to make a purchase on that device. So leave those hands up if that process to go through to make that purchase on that device sucked. That's the problem that Payphone's trying to solve. So today there's a lot of friction, right? You have fat fingers, not everybody, some people have fat fingers. You have 200 plus keystrokes, and you have a lot of screens that you're going to go through to actually make that purchase. So what we know today about the problem is that e-commerce has conversion rates of about 3.2%. However, mobile commerce on your mobile device has conversion rates of 1.6%. And that's really the challenge and what Payphone's bringing to the table and what we're trying to solve. So let me tell you a little bit about Payphone. We're a mobile commerce company, and we want to link, and what we do is link that mobile identity to that payment process to create an easy, fast, and secure checkout. And the way we do that is we work through the existing payment ecosystem. So we're going to walk through how that all works and why it's important. So first, a consumer, in order to be part of One Touch Checkout, actually needs to enroll. And they're going to enroll through their mobile banking app. So for all the banks and issuers that are out in the audience today, this is really important. And we want those consumers to enroll through their mobile banking app because, one, they're already doing it. They already feel that sense of security. And we want to take advantage of that security through the mobile banking app. So all they have to do is click Sign Up Now. And this is really the key, where they're going to connect their mobile identity to the payment, and they can pick their credit, debit, or prepaid card. They're going to agree to the terms, and then they're going to sign up. So now that consumer is all signed up for One Touch Checkout. They can click on our participating merchants, go to the site, and we're going to walk you through how all of that magic happens. So I'm going to hand it over to Prakash.
Okay, thank you, Amy. Before I walk through the demo, I'd like to just highlight a few things. First, traditionally, security and convenience have been a zero-sum game. So in other words, you can have a transaction be very secure at the expense of convenience by asking the user to enter a username and password and have other factors of key entry they have to do. We believe there's a better way. We believe we can raise the bar on both security and convenience, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate. The other thing I'd like to highlight is I'm sure every day you read about a new mobile wallet out there or a new method to pay with your mobile phone number or phone-based checkout. So how are we different? A couple of differentiators. One is we use the mobile operator networks, the signaling networks, to authenticate you. So that's the same network that's used. So today if I fly from New York to London, I don't have to fill out a form, enter a username, password. As soon as I land in London, my phone starts roaming. It does it through the signaling network. So what we're doing is taking that same signaling network and using it to authenticate you to build your mobile identity. The other way we are different is we are not a payment mark, and that has a lot of advantages, and it ties to what Amy said, which is working through your existing payments ecosystem. So what it means for the issuers in the audience is it's your brand, you own the customer. And for the consumers, it means they don't have to sign up for a new wallet or a new payment brand. On the merchant side, you don't have to worry about what we call the NASCAR effect. You don't need to have 10 logos of payment marks on that checkout page, especially on the mobile device. So with that, I'm going to switch to the demo. So just to refresh what Amy showed, she showed the enrollment process, during which we created a mobile identity. And at the risk of oversimplification, essentially we tied your mobile number with some of your attributes inside your SIM card and use the signaling network. Now that I have that mobile identity, and I also have it linked to a payment card, this is the same card you had with the bank through the mobile banking app, I'm actually going to try and make a purchase. And just for this example, I'm just going to buy a deal of the day. So while I walk you through this, I'm going to walk you through the most painful use case today on mobile, which is guest checkout. because that's the use case where you have to essentially enter your name, your billing address, your card number, your expiration date, and God forbid if your shipping address is different from your billing address, you're easily up to 150 keystrokes. So I'm going to add this to the cart, and I'm going to try and check out. And as I go through this process, I'm going to choose the guest checkout option, like I mentioned earlier, if we continue getting coverage. And as you'll see, as we go through this process, instead of you having to go through the normal checkout where you have to go through multiple screens, multiple key entry, we've recognized you. So while it's going through this process, we've actually authenticated you behind the scenes. And this goes back to my point that we can authenticate you, but without you having to enter a username and password. So since this is giving us coverage challenges, I'll show you what the screen would look like. So essentially, when I've gone through that authentication, I'm just going to be asked to enter my 3-digit code. So for this card, I'll enter my 3-digit security code. And I'm going to say charge to this account. And we pre-populated your shipping address too. In most cases, it's the same as your billing address. I hit continue. And I'm done with the transaction. So what would have taken maybe 150 keystrokes was done in 2 screens and just the 3-digit security code I had to enter. And just to summarize what Amy said, one of the things we're very passionate about is mobile commerce. So just for perspective, today, e-commerce is 10% of total retail, and m-commerce is 10% of total e-commerce. So we have about 1% of total retail transactions on m-commerce. Sobering reality is it could be much higher if you did not have friction. The conversion rates for mobile commerce are half that or 200% less compared to e-commerce, and that's the gap we are trying to close. So in conclusion, since we're running out of time, thank you for your time, especially on the last day and being the next to last presenters. We'd love to chat with you. We have a booth back there, and we'll hopefully catch up with a lot of you before we leave today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.